All right, so I want to talk about how you can kind of mount these timers on structures if you want to. A lot of times people want to put them on top of buckets. And in order to do that, I have provided a couple bolt holes. I don't have my heat inserts installed right now, but this hole right here and this hole right here, you can install heat inserts. And then also if you want to, right, these bolts right here is how you bolt into the shell. You could always run bolts through there as well. So I was expecting people to use these ones. So you can put heat inserts in there and then you can bolt it. And to help with that, so for instance, if I've got a bucket like this, I included some PDF files that show you where you need to make your holes. Right, so these two holes right here, they correspond to the two holes, the hole here and here. So that corresponds to there and that corresponds to there. Then right, if I wanted to use these other ones, right, I have those as well. So it's just a little template that you can put on your lid of your bucket, and you can kind of just put a mark or drill through it, and you know where it is that you need the hole. And then also in the file set, there's some like little plastic washers so that you can make the hole a little bit bigger, so you don't have to worry about like getting the alignment super close. So that is the template for if you are mounting this standalone to a bucket timer, or I mean a bucket, or if you want to mount it to something else, right? That's still the template. So it's the bolt hole template. In addition to that, right, we also have the alternate configuration, which can be useful. Right, so if you want to do the alternate configuration where you don't have the big standalone unit up on top, you can mount it under here, right, and your LCD screen's there, and that's for LEDs, that's your power switch, that's your rotary encoder, and then you would mount the buttons directly to here. So to aid with that, right, the other sheet that comes in here tells you where to cut out there, right? So right, you can kind of see there when I lay it over. You got your bolt holes that correspond to these holes for mounting everything together. Your LED cutout, right? It's actually a bigger cutout because there's stuff that can get in the way, right? It's kind of like this right here. So you can cut that out. This hole is bigger than it needs to be. It's so you can run the LEDs up if you're using the LEDs that attach directly to the in the center between the buttons. There's another configuration where you don't use that, so you might not have to do that. Right, and then your button's there, so you can cut out your button, and then right, your rotary encoder, you can cut out that too. And then, right, if you can, I don't have some easy buttons with me right now, but right, these are the holes that you need to cut out so that you can mount the actual buttons as well. So that's all there. So if you want to cut it out, right, these are kind of more exact sizes. So I would actually say you probably want to cut a little bit bigger than what these are at. And right, you can combine them how you want, but it's got all the bolt holes and it's got all the places to cut out. So you can just print that up and cut it out. And I did put this outer rectangular box on here to give you scale. So it's 7.5 inches by 10 inches. One thing I found when I printed it, you want to make sure that you set your print settings to say print at actual instead of fit to size, because if you do fit to size, it's going to shrink it. So you want to do print to actual, and then it should give you this. It should print this square box at exactly the right size. So there you go. That is how you mount it. Oh, in addition, right, I talked about earlier, in the file set, there's some little like washers to put the bolts through. So when you're putting it through, you don't have to worry about that size of the hole. Similar with the buttons, I provided some washers in there so that it's a little bit bigger. You don't have to worry about getting the hole exactly right. And I wouldn't actually try and cut out like a circle, right? I'm just going to use like an X-Acto knife to cut it out. So I'll probably just do like a square that's a little bit oversized. You just got to make sure it's big enough that it encompasses where these are. So yeah, hopefully that's a good way, because I know a lot of people, they want to mount it on like a bucket or something to raise it up a little bit. or they just want to use, they don't want to print the whole big thing and they just want to have like a smaller thing. Right, I don't have it I don't have it set up right now. I'm gonna do a separate video on that, but this is something that you could put a core into. Do I have a core? I don't have a core handy. So that would go in there, right? This would go on top, and then that would go in there, and all your electronics are sitting down underneath. So just a couple options and some little templates to help you cut things out. Thanks so much.